Hello guys, my name is Matt Goodfellow. I'm a poet. This is my study, which is basically just a bedroom in the front of my house, a little small bedroom where I try to write some poems. I'm going to read you some poems today about the environment and about how we should look after our world and why we should look after our world. And I'll talk to you a little bit about poetry as well, because poetry is a fantastic writing form and it's different to any kind of writing that you'll do in school for some really cool reasons. You don't need to follow the rules that any other kind of writing follows when you're writing poetry, okay? I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a minute. So I'm going to read you some poems from this book, which is called Be the Change, Poems to Help You Save the World. And it's written by Roger Stevens, Liz Brownlee, and me, Matt Goodfellow. Loads of different poems about loads of different kinds of things. I'll read you the first poem now, which is a poem I wrote. This is called Start Now, and it's about working together, I suppose. There's often lots of talk about the environment. We know the environment is in danger. We need to do something about it, and it's about starting now. So this is Start Now. Be the change you want to see. Walk the walk, stand with me. Take the challenge, spread the word. We can make our voices heard. Every single action helps, with a friend or by yourself. Be the change you want to see. Walk the walk, stand with me.
Hello, I'm Liz Brownlee, and I'm also going to read you some poems from Be the Change. This one's about the orangutan. Orangutan. The forest is the world to the orangutan. He seeks no more than nut, bark, insects, fruit and leaves. They are all he needs. He has a gentle hold on his trees. What does he know of chocolate or margarine? His trees do not make them. No, only the oil palms marching like soldiers towards the trees that they say do not belong to the orangutan. Clever and gentle, orangutans are one of our closest relatives, and they are very, very endangered. The forest is being cut down for palm oil plantations. Palm oil is in almost everything you can buy in a supermarket that has been made. It's hard to find things actually without palm oil in, but eating fresh fruit and vegetables and things like that can help. You can help by only buying products that use sustainable palm oil, and also by writing to manufacturers and saying please leave unsustainable palm oil out of your products and put in sustainable palm oil.
Hi, I'm Roger Stevens. I'm going to read you some poems from Be the Change. Be the Change. Things not to throw in the ocean. Cans that once held fizzy pop. Plastic bottles and their tops. Plastic knives and forks and spoons. Plastic wrapping birthday balloons. Anything made out of rubber. Plastic bags. My little brother. Have you got a brother? Would you like to throw him in the ocean? Of course not. The very thought. I don't actually have a brother, but if I had one, I know I would treasure him. Indeed.
Why is poetry different? Now, I spend a lot of my time visiting schools, libraries, festivals up and down the country, and quite often people are a bit nervous about poetry because they think poetry is something different, and it is something different. It's completely different to any kind of writing you'll do, as I said, but not for any frightening reasons. When you're writing poems, my advice is this. Let's say you're writing poems about the environment. Think about the environment. Look at the world around you. What do you perceive to be wrong with the world? Get a notebook or an ideas book, as I call it. This is my ideas book. If I have an idea for a poem, I'll show you. I put it down in my notebook and I don't care about getting it right. So when you're working on your first ideas, you're thinking about the environment, you might have looked at a poem in class that you like. You might be thinking about, maybe I could write a poem like that. You smash your ideas down. Look at that handwriting all over the place, yeah? Whoa. We don't care about getting it right. All we're trying to do is put our ideas down. Smash a load of ideas down about the environment, ways you think you can improve the environment, how can you help? Do all of that stuff, and then just start seeing what you've got. Put this away, come back to it with fresh eyes the next day and start picking out ideas that speak to you, that talk to you. What I mean about that is you're not trying to hit a list of targets that say you're in a year 4 class, you're not trying to hit a set of targets that say this is what's needed for a good year 4 poem. There's none of that stuff in poetry. So you can write your poem about what you think, and really importantly, you can do it in your voice about your life. So if you're walking down the street and you see litter down the street and you're appalled by it, how does it make you feel? What could you do to change that? Write it down in your ideas book. Read loads of poems. It's really important if you want to write poetry. Read loads of poems and you'll see how other poets talk. Copy some of their ideas, see what you come up with, put your own ideas in. It's the way to start developing. Let's do another poem. Okay, let's do another one. We're going to do Funny Fruit and Wonky Veg. Funny Fruit and Wonky Veg, a really simple way that you can help keep the environment going. Helping the environment is so much food is thrown away, specifically in our country and in lots of countries where we like all our veg to be perfect. Oh, I can't eat that. It's not a perfect carrot. Can't eat that. Oh dear, look at the slight bruise on it. That's rubbish. So much food gets thrown away and there are so many people that need food. And one of the simplest ways we can do it, eat funny fruit and wonky veg, right? Funny fruit and wonky veg. Make a change with a simple pledge. Pick funny fruit and wonky veg. Different looks, same great taste. Now none of it need go to waste. Really simple way you can help.
This poem is about Greta Thunberg, who took one small step towards drawing attention to the fact that the adults were not taking climate change seriously by striking from school every Friday. She ended up with a huge following of young people who are all asking governments and world leaders to take climate change seriously and to actually do something about it. Recently, she even met and talked with David Attenborough. This poem is called Greta Thunberg. When the whole world is deaf by greed and by choice, how do you change things with only your voice? It's hard to be noticed, harder to be heard. But she stood up and spoke, could not be deterred. What made them listen? What cut through their lies? Not the pollution or the fast melting ice. Not the experts or science. Not hunger or flood. Not the extinctions or hands red with blood. It was her steady gaze on our planet alight. Her desperate calm, her demand, make it right. It's what we'll recall of her fight for our youth, her luminous words, her courage, her truth. Try writing down all the things that worry you about climate change. Remember, you don't need to worry about spelling or punctuation or grammar. Just get all those ideas down. Here is one of the pages I wrote ideas on for my last book. As you can see, it's very untidy. It doesn't matter. You just need to get the ideas down and so that you can refer to them later. After you've done that, you could write a list poem called Ways to Change the World. Each line could be the idea of how to change something or solve something, one of the things that worries you. Or the whole poem could be a list of ways to solve one of the things that worries you. You can use sensible ideas or surreal ideas or really silly ideas, it doesn't matter. But you never know, one of those ideas might be the way that changes the world.